Ladies, I'm about to tell you something that's going to completely change the way you think about attracting men, especially if you're in your 30s, 40s, or beyond. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and every single man's head turns? Not because you're the youngest woman there, but because you have something that makes their heart skip a beat? Well, I discovered the secret, and it's not what you think. In fact, most women get this completely wrong, and it's costing them the love of their lives. Stay with me because what I'm about to share will make you magnetic to quality men, regardless of your age. Let me tell you about my friend Sarah. She's 38, recently divorced, and absolutely gorgeous. But she was convinced that her dating days were over because she thought men only wanted 20-something girls in tight dresses and high heels. So that's exactly how she started dressing, trying to compete with women half her age. She'd squeeze into bodycon dresses, wear sky-high heels that made her feet scream, and pile on makeup like she was going to a nightclub. One night, we went to a wine bar, and Sarah was dressed like she was ready for a college party. I watched as man after man looked right past her. She was devastated. Then this incredibly handsome, successful man in his 40s walked in. He glanced at Sarah for maybe 2 seconds before his eyes landed on the woman sitting at the corner table. This woman was probably in her early 50s, wearing a simple cream silk blouse, dark jeans that fit her perfectly, minimal jewelry, and the most confident smile I'd ever seen. Her hair was styled naturally, she had on just enough makeup to enhance her features, and she carried herself like she owned the place. That man couldn't take his eyes off her. They talked for hours. That's when it hit me, and it completely changed everything I thought I knew about what men really want. Point 1. The confidence paradox. Here's the first thing that's going to blow your mind. Men aren't attracted to women who try to look younger, they're attracted to women who embrace their age with absolute confidence. You see, when you dress like you're trying to be someone you're not, men can sense that insecurity from across the room. It's like wearing a neon sign that says, "I don't think I'm enough as I am." But when you dress in a way that says, "I know exactly who I am and I love her," that confidence becomes absolutely intoxicating. I learned this from watching my neighbor, Elena. She's 45, and she wears these beautiful, age-appropriate midi dresses with cardigans or blazers. Nothing too tight, nothing too revealing, but everything fits her like it was made for her body. She gets asked out more than my 25-year-old niece because she radiates this energy that says I'm comfortable in my own skin. The secret? Stop trying to hide your age and start celebrating the wisdom, grace, and self-assurance that comes with it. Men find nothing sexier than a woman who knows her worth. Point 2. The sophistication factor. Point number 2 is something most women completely overlook. Men are drawn to sophistication like magnets. And I'm not talking about expensive clothes, I'm talking about refined choices that show you have taste and class. Let me paint you a picture. There are 2 women at a restaurant. Woman A is wearing a short, sparkly dress with chunky jewelry and bright red lipstick. Woman B is wearing a simple black turtleneck, well-fitted trousers, a delicate gold necklace, and nude lipstick that enhances her natural lip color. Which woman do you think the successful businessman at table 3 is going to approach? Woman B, every single time. Why? Because sophistication suggests depth, intelligence, and emotional maturity, all things that quality men are desperately seeking. The sophisticated woman doesn't need to announce her presence with loud clothes or flashy accessories. She speaks through subtle elegance: a cashmere sweater instead of a crop top, leather boots instead of platform heels, a structured handbag instead of a tiny clutch. Here's what sophisticated dressing looks like: clean lines, quality fabrics, neutral and jewel tones, minimal but impactful accessories, and most importantly, everything is impeccably fitted to your body. Point 3. The mystery of less is more. This third point is going to challenge everything society has taught us about getting male attention. The less skin you show, the more intrigued men become. I know you've been told that sex sells and that showing more gets you more attention. But here's the truth: showing less gets you better attention from better men. Think about it this way: when everything is on display, there's no mystery left to uncover. But when you're thoughtfully covered, you become a puzzle that quality men want to solve. A man's imagination is far more powerful than anything you could show him up front. My friend Jessica learned this the hard way. She used to wear low-cut tops and short skirts, thinking it would attract the right guy. Sure, she got attention, but it was always from men who were only interested in one thing. The moment she started wearing higher necklines, longer hemlines, and leaving something to the imagination, she started attracting men who were interested in her mind, her personality, her dreams. The magic formula? Show one thing at a time. If you're wearing a fitted top, pair it with looser bottoms. If you're wearing a shorter dress, add a cardigan or blazer. If you're showing your legs, cover your décolletage. This creates intrigue and shows that you value yourself enough not to give everything away at first glance. Point 4. The texture revolution. Here's something that will completely change your wardrobe game. Men are unconsciously attracted to women who wear interesting textures, and most women have no idea about this. Let me explain the psychology behind this. Men are highly tactile creatures. When they see a woman in a soft cashmere sweater, a silky blouse, or a velvet blazer, their brain automatically imagines what it would feel like to touch that fabric. It creates an unconscious desire for physical closeness. I discovered this when I started paying attention to which outfits got the most positive reactions from men. Every time I wore my cream cable knit sweater, men would find excuses to touch my arm or give me longer hugs. When I wore my silk scarf, they would compliment it and ask where I got it, which was really just an excuse to start a conversation. The textures that drive men wild: cashmere, silk, soft cotton, lace details, velvet, and even good quality denim. What they're not drawn to: synthetic materials that look cheap, overly stiff fabrics, or anything that looks uncomfortable. Here's your texture strategy. Incorporate at least one touchable element into every outfit. A silk scarf, a cashmere cardigan, a soft cotton t-shirt, or even a leather jacket. These textures signal luxury, comfort, and approachability all at once. Point 5. The color psychology secret. Point 5 is about the colors that make men subconsciously see you as irresistible, and it's not what you'd expect. Most women think they need to wear bright, attention-grabbing colors to get noticed. But research shows that men are actually most attracted to women wearing deeper, more sophisticated colors that complement their natural coloring. Here's the secret color palette that drives men crazy. Deep jewel tones like emerald green, sapphire blue, and rich burgundy. These colors suggest depth, mystery, and elegance. Navy blue is especially powerful because it's associated with trustworthiness and intelligence, two qualities that make men want to build something lasting with you. But here's where it gets really interesting. The color that makes you look most radiant is the one that complements your skin tone. When you're wearing the right colors, your skin glows, your eyes sparkle, and you look healthy and vibrant. Men are biologically programmed to be attracted to women who look healthy and vital. I have a friend who discovered she looked incredible in deep forest green. Every time she wore that color, she got compliments and attention. It wasn't because the color was flashy, it was because it made her look like the most beautiful, healthy version of herself. Your homework: figure out your best colors and build your wardrobe around them. If you're not sure, pay attention to the colors that make people say you look amazing today without any prompting. Point 6. The fit revolution. This 6th point is probably the most important thing I'll tell you today. Perfect fit is more attractive than perfect size. I cannot stress this enough. A size 12 dress that fits you perfectly is infinitely more attractive than a size 8 dress that's too tight or too loose. Men don't know clothing sizes, but they absolutely know when something looks amazing on a woman's body. Here's what happens when your clothes fit perfectly. Your posture improves because you're comfortable. Your confidence soars because you look polished. Your silhouette is enhanced rather than distorted. You move with grace because nothing is pulling, sagging, or restricting you. I learned this lesson when I finally got my favorite dress tailored. It cost me $40, but the transformation was incredible. Suddenly, that dress that I'd always felt okay in became the dress that made me feel like $1,000,000. Men started noticing me in a completely different way. The fit secrets that make all the difference. Sleeves that end at the right point on your arms, pants that hit at the perfect spot on your ankle, necklines that flatter your face, and waistlines that hit at your natural waist. These details seem small, but they create a polished, put-together look that men find irresistible. Don't be afraid to invest in alterations. A $50 alteration on a $30 dress can make it look like a $300 dress. And the confidence boost? Priceless. Point 7. The accessory intelligence factor. Here's something that will surprise you. Men notice accessories more than you think, but not in the way most women approach them. The mistake most women make is thinking that more accessories equal more style. But men are attracted to women who choose their accessories with intention and restraint. One beautiful piece is always better than 5 mediocre ones. Let me tell you about the power of signature accessories. I have a friend who always wears these delicate gold hoop earrings. They're not flashy, they're not expensive, but they've become part of her identity. Men remember her as the woman with the beautiful gold earrings. She's created a visual signature that makes her unforgettable. The accessories that make men take notice. A classic watch shows you value time and punctuality, delicate jewelry that catches the light, a beautiful scarf worn with confidence, a structured handbag that suggests you have your life together, and shoes that you can actually walk in gracefully. What turns men off? Accessories that jangle and make noise, jewelry that looks heavy or uncomfortable, bags that are so large they become a barrier between you and others, and shoes that make you wobble or walk awkwardly. The golden rule of accessories: choose pieces that enhance your natural beauty rather than compete with it. If your accessories are the first thing people notice about you, you're wearing too much. Point 8. The grooming game changer. Point 8 is about something that makes more difference than any outfit ever could: impeccable grooming. Here's the truth that might sting a little: men notice everything. Clean, healthy hair, well-maintained nails, smooth skin, fresh breath, and that subtle scent that makes them want to lean in closer. These details matter more than wearing the trendiest outfit. But here's where most women get it wrong: they think grooming means looking done up all the time. Actually, men are most attracted to women who look naturally beautiful, like they just effortlessly wake up gorgeous. The grooming habits that make men fall hard. Hair that looks healthy and touchable, not overstyled or crunchy with product, skin that glows from within, which comes from good skincare, not heavy makeup, nails that are clean and well-shaped, they don't have to be long or painted, and a signature scent that's subtle but memorable. I started paying more attention to these details, and the difference was remarkable. Men began standing closer to me in conversations, giving me longer hugs, and finding excuses for casual touch. Good grooming makes you approachable and touchable, which is exactly what attracts quality men. The secret: invest more time and money in your grooming routine than in your wardrobe. A woman with perfect grooming wearing simple clothes will always outshine a woman with poor grooming wearing designer outfits. Point 9. The body language connection. Here's something that might shock you. The way you carry yourself in your clothes matters more than the clothes themselves. You could be wearing the most expensive, perfectly fitted outfit in the world, but if you're slouching, fidgeting, or walking like you're uncomfortable, none of it matters. Men are attracted to women who move with grace and confidence, regardless of what they're wearing. I learned this from watching dancers. Have you ever noticed how a professional dancer can make a simple leotard and tights look incredibly elegant and sexy? It's all about how they carry themselves: the straight posture, the fluid movements, the confidence in every step. The body language secrets that make any outfit irresistible. Standing tall with your shoulders back, walking with purpose and grace, making eye contact and smiling genuinely, keeping your hands relaxed and expressive, and most importantly, looking comfortable and confident in whatever you're wearing. Here's a game-changing tip. Before you leave the house, take a moment to check your posture in the mirror. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chin slightly, and practice walking gracefully in your shoes. When you feel confident in how you're moving, that confidence radiates from every part of your being. Men can sense when a woman is comfortable in her own skin, and that comfort is magnetic. It doesn't matter if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt or a cocktail dress. If you carry yourself like a queen, men will treat you like one. Point 10. The authenticity advantage. The final and most important point is this: Men fall hardest for women who dress like themselves, not like someone they think men want them to be. This is the mistake that costs women the love of their lives. They create a false version of themselves to attract a man, and then they're trapped maintaining that image forever. But authentic attraction, the kind that leads to lasting love, happens when you're genuinely being yourself. Here's what authentic dressing looks like: choosing clothes that reflect your personality, lifestyle, and values. If you're a creative person, incorporate artistic elements into your wardrobe. If you're athletic, don't hide your strong, healthy body. If you're intellectual, let your sophisticated taste show through your clothing choices. I have a friend who's a yoga instructor. She used to dress in tight, clubby clothes when she went out, thinking that's what men wanted. She attracted plenty of attention, but never from men who were compatible with her lifestyle. When she started dressing in a way that reflected who she really was, flowy fabrics, natural colors, minimal jewelry, she attracted men who shared her values and interests. The most attractive thing about any woman is when she's completely comfortable being herself. When your outer appearance matches your inner truth, you become irresistible to the right man, the one who will love you for exactly who you are. Stop trying to be what you think men want, and start being the most authentic, confident version of yourself. That's when real magic happens. Ladies, here's what I want you to remember. You don't need to be the youngest woman in the room to be the most attractive one. You don't need to show the most skin to get the best attention. And you definitely don't need to pretend to be someone you're not to find lasting love. The secret to attracting quality men isn't about following trends or trying to compete with women half your age. It's about embracing who you are, dressing with sophistication and confidence, and carrying yourself like the incredible woman you've become. Every year of your life has added wisdom, depth, and character to who you are. Don't hide those gifts, celebrate them. When you dress in a way that honors your age, your experience, and your authentic self, you become absolutely magnetic to the kind of man who will cherish every part of you.